Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading for the 14th until the 21st of March 2026, and it's going to be journal, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist with this reading, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides that you may feel resonant with at the moment, Taurus, as well are most welcome. Okay, let's see what jumps out here to sort of perhaps represent something that's happened for you recently, Taurus. We'll have a look. Hope you all had a great long weekend. You had a long weekend here in South Australia, so it was nice weather. Nice opportunity to do some work around the place, and catch up with family and friends as well. Okay, so we've got 4 cards here, which is the number that we need. So let's start from the top. Knight of Pentacles, Taurus at the moment, and the 2 of Swords. So there could be, maybe there's something that you are working out in terms of a decision, or maybe you're deciding to do something, but you're also looking at other plans as well. So maybe this decision is going to be impacting your plans, or maybe it's a decision that's going to involve lots of planning, okay? This could be something that's happened recently, or any other way that those 2 energies could have come together for you. The 2 of Swords can be sort of about indecision, so maybe there's difficulty around a decision, and maybe, like we said, it could be impacting plans that you are making, possibly. We're just going to pop. You also have Temperance in the Fool, like major arcana, but we're just going to grab a couple of cards here to look at and see what, you're doing at the moment. This decision and planning, that's sort of something that's happened sort of recently. It could be, like last week, or maybe a couple of weeks back or something. But we're just going to see how you're going with that. Maybe what you're doing at the moment with regard to that. 6 of Wands, so there's some success here. And you've also got the Ace of Wands. And underlying themes, to start off with, you have the Page of Pentacles there. And we also have the 2 of Wands flipped. So there's 2s here. So you could well be feeling at the moment, Taurus, like you're kind of at the beginning of something. Like those 2 wands, particularly 2 of Wands, symbolises that you're starting a new path. So that could be kind of what's going on. But with regard to this decision, I think it's like there's an energy of excitement, inspiration, perhaps a lot of a burst of energy that you could be feeling with regard to that decision that you're needing to make. And this is also about success. Perhaps this is to do with work, so you are being recognised by others for your talent, skills, gifts, abilities. And maybe you've been offered something like a promotion, a job, or a role in a project or something like that. And there's an aspect to it where you're kind of really wanting to jump in, but there's also an aspect where you're like, is this 100% kind of actually what I want, or in alignment? Like this could be what you're going through at the moment. You've got the Page of Pentacles here also. This is an underlying theme. So the underlying theme here is that overall, Taurus, perhaps, your soul or your general energy could be moving into a new phase. So when you've got the Page of Pentacles, something new, and the 2 of Wands, new path, okay, those 2 energies together kind of back each other up. So if you're feeling like inspired to go in a direction, it's definitely worth doing this Knight of Pentacles thing, which is looking at it really closely, okay? Working out the plans, how you're going to do that. And The other thing too that's really interesting here is that you may be, if you feel like you're second guessing it or you're holding back on the decision because it feels like it's almost like this, perhaps an amount of excitement that you're unfamiliar with. So it can be like, well, do I trust that excitement? You know, it's kind of like, has that feel about it. The interesting thing here is that in your general direction, like the future general direction, you've got Temperance and the Fool. So I think, Taurus, I mean, you know, you're a fixed earth sign, so you're going to be pretty careful about anything that you do. But in saying that, there can be issues for earth signs and anyone that has a lot of earth in their chart with regard to making changes or doing different things, okay? Because, and it's only human that we want to kind of, you know, create that security and that stability, and we like to kind of feel safe within that, okay? But what this is sort of saying is that with the Temperance, it's interesting because you can get that balance of safety, security, okay? And forward progression, momentum, change, whatever it is you're looking to move into, for example, a new path, okay? So Temperance can really help you balance out that to kind of go, okay, I can move forward. It's not like I have to be, you know, you don't have to forget everything else completely, okay? And the other thing too is the Fool. This is about trusting yourself, believing in yourself. It's that soul. This is sort of in alignment with the Ace of Wands here. Okay, the Fool is very source connected, sort of really connected to the soul energy and to the spirit. And I feel that, I think at the moment, that's the energy you're feeling into, Taurus, which is really cool. You know, Six of Wands and Ace of Wands here in what you're doing at the moment. I think you're getting inspired and you're feeling successful. Yeah. Which it kind of looks to me a little bit like you are acting, that you are not acting, that you're acting on this decision and you are kind of moving forward on it. But this is just confirmation to say that, you know, yeah, you can move forward, trust and believe in yourself. And if you're doing things with Temperance, with balance and moderation and all the rest of it, you know, there's no reason why things can't, you know, turn out really great. So let's have a look here, Taurus, at some specific outcomes. Possible outcomes, okay? And also just remember to use your intuition with any of these images or energies that present, okay? Listen to your intuition first before mine. If something comes up for you and you're like, oh, that's what that means, then go with that. We can always, you know, take in what other people say a little bit and just go, oh yeah, you know, run it through the filter. Does that resonate? Is that relevant for my situation? You know, you've got playfulness here, which is a little bit like the Fool energy as well. That one there, okay, which is also in that deck. It is the Page of Wands. Okay, you also have the Miser here, which is the Four of Pentacles. We have completion, okay, and new vision. Wow, we'll look at these in more depth in a moment. Right, so possible outcomes specifically, you've got your Page of Wands here and your Four of Pentacles. So the Page of Wands is inspiration, very much like the Ace. Although the Ace is like, you know, a lot fuller potential. The Page is like acting on that, okay? And you also have the Four of Pentacles, which is described as Miser in this deck. But it can also have this idea of that, you know, I think what you're going to be doing, Taurus, is bringing these energies into balance. With that Temperance there, it's like you're going to, I think you're wanting to feel inspired and passionate about what you're doing, which is fantastic. Okay, you've got that. You're kind of feeling into that at the moment. But there's also this other grounding aspect where you're like, okay, but you know, you're saying to yourself possibly, you know, I need a foundation. I need some amount of safety, security, and all that. Okay, and that makes total sense. This can also be about looking after yourself, looking after your energy, and and allowing yourself to be in these times of inspiration, creativity, okay, forward momentum. Yeah. It's interesting that I think also, Taurus, the potential with these energies is that I guess you could move into this completely, like more completely, total immersion. That would be one option. Or you've got this where you go the other way, where you don't follow your inspiration at all and you know, play it totally safe. You don't, extend out from what you're doing at the moment. The other option is to combine these. Okay, and I'll leave that up to your discernment to kind of work that out for yourself, because you've got Temperance here, okay, which is about balance. Okay, so and I think that's probably, you have balance in your reading here as well. You've got fire and, earth and water. And then you have earth and fire here at the bottom. This is actually combining your earth and fire. Okay, that balance of very similar to this. This is earth and fire as well. So grounding, aligning yourself, feeling stable, I guess looking after your foundation, whatever that means for you. But allowing yourself to, Two of Wands, move forward as well. And here we are with the Page of Wands, okay. And this is possible challenges, okay. You've got new vision and completion. So I think this, once again, this is a theme, which is the new vision is like, I think you have an idea of what that is, Taurus. I think you've got this in sight. This is Ace of Wands. It's kind of like, I think this is your new vision. I think you've created it. And I think you're feeling successful, or other people are perhaps recognizing there could be something that you've done recently where people are going, well, that's cool. Or maybe you're congratulating yourself for coming up with the idea and you're kind of starting to act on that and to move that, bring that into reality. Maybe this is going to be a challenge for you to at times continue to do the self-belief and to continue to move forward with that. We'll get spirit guidance on these two challenge cards in a moment. This is the completion. And there may be something in your life, Taurus, that you feel has reached its completion point, or that it will soon. And maybe there may be issues around challenges of recognizing that, of perhaps possibly accepting that, if that's something you're going through. And yeah, because often it's like we complete something for the most part and then we sort of start something new. Okay. It might be that the thing you have been doing, maybe you'll be pulling back on that in terms of the amount of time and energy that you spend on it, so that you can do more of this new vision, okay, bringing that forward. But it's generally quite difficult to say, well, I'm going to this other thing that I've been doing, I'm going to, continue that to the same extent, and then I'm also going to do something else new and bring that in. I would suggest if you have 24/7 time on your hands, this is up to your discretion, of course, as well. But generally, if people have, family responsibilities and all that, it's still your call, isn't it? But generally, we have to watch as carefully as to how much we put on our plate, because metaphorically speaking, okay, because that will impact the effectiveness of, whether or not those things can be achieved in a realistic manner. Let's get some spirit guidance. I think that could be, one of the things here that maybe you may have difficulty, Taurus, sort of going, yeah, I need to kind of wrap this other thing up and start this new thing. But maybe it's going to be done gradually. You've got Knight of Pentacles, hence the planning, okay? Maybe there's going to be a planning of a transition phase for you. Maybe you're planning that phase, okay? All right, so we're going to get some spirit guidance. Okay, that flipped. Page of Wands again, which we've just had. So this is spirit confirming that it's okay for you, Taurus, to act on your inspiration, okay? You also have the Hermit, which is a beautiful earth energy, which is going to match your own nicely. This is about taking time out to really tune into what's true for you, what's true for your soul. Okay, this is like inner soul work, the Hermit here. You also have Justice, and in the pre-shuffle, this card jumped out for you. When I asked this deck if it wanted to be in the reading, this one came out. Justice. So this is what we've just said, working out what's true for you, literally after the Hermit card, okay? I've just been guided to grab another one. Let's just get another energy here for you. So that's part of your planning process, and part of that decision making is, you know, deciding what is true for yourself, Taurus. Wow, yeah, that's a really beautiful extra one to pull out. We've got the Three of Cups, which is joy, happiness, and, you know, finding your tribe, doing things with like-minded people that bring you happiness and joy, Taurus. Okay, so that Spirit's sort of saying these energies are going to be important for you, or certainly for you to consider them in the mix as you are, perhaps you are making a decision at the moment, okay, around this theme of transition or starting a transition. And this is your beautiful, friendly Knight of Pentacles, which is, I think this is quite very much a Taurus energy as well. It's kind of really stable, solid, but careful steps, okay, realistic steps. And these are like, yeah, it's like, don't forget to do things that make you happy. You know, consider what's in alignment for your soul, what's going to be fulfilling and meaningful for you moving forward, Taurus. And this is, you know, your inspiration. And the other thing too is that sometimes when we change direction or we start something, it's okay to have a newness to it, even if we feel like, you know, we need to learn new things. The pages have that energy. It can be like a childlike kind of newness or in curiosity about something, but this is almost like passion. So maybe it's something that you are really inspired to do. It could be an art form, Taurus. Like this could be, you know, like art, creativity, or doing something creative in a new way. Yeah, it could be what's sort of happening here for you. But yeah, so Spirit's saying, you know, yeah, it's okay to do all that stuff, right? Here we have the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So not only do you have that Page of Wands twice in your reading, you do have, you've got a couple of pages here, but you've also got the King, okay? Masterful wand fire energy for you, Taurus, to help you with that fire of transformation, because it's fire is a transformative element, okay? Keeping that in mind. You have fire a lot here paired with other elements, so I think that's what you're going to be perhaps sort of bringing more fire in. 10 of Cups is another really beautiful one. Emotional fulfillment, okay, spiritual, relationships, creativity, you know, even intuition and that type of thing as well. And we also have morality. So this might be for you, Taurus, looking at your conditioning, okay, because morality can be about those societally conditioned roles that we feel when we're sort of younger years, that we almost feel like that we're kind of expected to kind of take on and to embody in order to survive and belong and function in the world, okay. And I think many of us are going to be, it's not that this stuff is bad, it's that it serves a purpose. But sometimes we engage in this morality stuff or these societal roles, and in that process, other parts of us are kind of held back if we haven't had the upbringing that really encourages us to express our whole soul and all of our talents, gifts, and abilities. Okay, so if you feel that this new thing here is really allowing you to expand into new aspects of yourself, all of this fire here, this inspiration that you're feeling, Taurus, then, and it's going to probably bring up issues of perhaps conditioning, or this stuff can cause us to question our soul passion too quite a bit, okay. But sometimes morality is talking about, you know, what's right and wrong, but that's also to do with what's right for you, okay? So, you know, when we grow up, it might be that the people around us consider that it's right for us to go into a particular type of work role because that's where the jobs are and all the rest of it. Okay. But later on in life, it might be like, well, okay, I did that. But now it's like, you know, it might be, Taurus, that you're wanting to really follow your passion here. Even though there might be other people around you saying, well, you know, that's not right. You shouldn't really be doing that because of A and B and C. Or even within yourself, it can be parts of ourselves that start to question us to even follow our passions, okay, or our soul calling. So this is something for you to consider, that I guess if doubts come up, or if you know, if you feel at times as though you're having difficulty making that decision, and it could be because you're questioning your passion and your inspiration there, Taurus, possibly, you know, is to just kind of sit with that and really just do some journaling or process that whole thing and just say, where are these ideas coming from? Yeah, this is a very play it safe energy, but there's light and dark in every card, okay? So the Miser, Four of Pentacles, is about, it can be about following that, ascribing to that idea of like survival is the main thing and we shouldn't be looking beyond that, okay? But I think this is in here for you to realize that these concepts and these ideas are a part of life, okay? But the extent to which we ascribe to them, or for you, Taurus, the extent to which you ascribe to them is, you know, up to you. Right. Here we have the Two of Cups. So you have the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Cups. And this is a really beautiful energy because it's about you, Taurus, coming into a greater understanding of yourself, okay, of your feminine and masculine aspects, of probably this idea that you are really good at creating a foundation, but now there's this other part of you, this other inspirational, creative part of you that's wanting to sort of be seen, heard, and acknowledged, possibly, okay, if that resonates. And yeah, and so that's sort of one of the forces. And here we have the Two of Wands. So this is like the fire, okay. The Two of Cups, it's like the path is that you're going to be coming into greater awareness of yourself. Okay, and probably acting on that as well. Yeah, and there's new path cards here everywhere. So yeah, definitely. And considering doing your soul work here, you've got the Hermit energy as well. Okay, so there we go. Have it, Taurus. I think we might wrap it up there. I hope that's been helpful. But like I said, if anything, use your own intuition, okay? If you sort of see this morality card here, or that brings up things for you, then, you know, you might like to do some journaling as well. But yeah, I really like this. This is interesting. This image is like, you know, the final piece here is being placed, okay? And that might be something representing something for you, Taurus, that's sort of wrapping up. And here you are, the new vision, you know, like really kind of stretching it out literally, and yeah, spreading your wings there. So that could be something that you are kind of moving into. But I really love for you, these two cards, your general future direction is that I think you're going to be trusting and believing in yourself more, in your soul, okay, as we are all going through this actually. And that you are using this beautiful temperance, which is that combination of balance. You know, there might be some self-discipline, maybe you're redoing your schedule, you know, and also bringing things together in a new way is what temperance represents. So you could be kind of restructuring your lifestyle, your schedule, everything. Okay, that could be what's going on here as well, Taurus, which would be fantastic. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.